Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh man, I am still a little tired. Let's see, I got my past life deck out today. I felt like a need for it. You know, I finally heard something last night, and I don't know if y'all been following me for a while. You know I got some serious Tate hate, right? That dude bothers me to no end. I'm like, there's something seriously damaged in that man, and yesterday, I finally heard him say why it is he hates women. And he hates his mother. He loathes his mother. He hates her with a passion. And the reason he hates his mother is because he feels like his mother is who pushed his father away. That's why he hates his mother. And it was really, really sad because he was talking about he was a child and his father had been gone for like 2 months, and he came home and his father and his mother was like losing her shit, and she's all like, she found these cheating messages and everything else, and she was getting on him for disappearing for months on end, right? All legitimate reasons to be bitching at a man. You're gone for months. You're probably not sending any fucking money or taking care of your kids. You're cheating on me. Da 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 da. This man looked at tiny little Taint and told him, "Sorry, son. She won't stop bitching. I'll see. Bye." And left again. Abandoned his children again. This man taught his son that women are disposable pieces of garbage that you could just use and throw away as you want. And children are not a responsibility you have to deal with. Children are the woman's responsibility, and women are disposable. And Tate took this as his mother drove his father away with her bitching. So now he will not tolerate a woman who complains at all about anything. And it's really sad. It's really, really sad. It's like, because, yeah, that's why. We talk about women. They talk about women all the time, about why women do this and why women do that. And you go, daddy issues, daddy issues, daddy issues. But these men who do these type of things, they got mommy issues. They did not have, and I don't know anything else about his mother. She probably was a very remarkable woman. She tolerated horrible, horrible treatment at the hands of his father, apparently. Just by that 1 minute clip I heard. My father came in and my mother was bitching at him for cheating and disappearing. And my father turned to me, a small child, and said, "Sorry, son, she won't stop bitching," and left again. And that child internalized that as it's her fault he's gone. And that just broke my heart. It broke my heart because the only way anybody can harvest that much hate is if they have some sort of internalized issues with their parents. I mean, it just is what it is. We all have some issues. We all have bullshit. We are all part of the generation of the highest divorce rates in the country. You know what I'm saying? I won't say 90%, but 75% of us grew up in broken homes. Hey. And that was really, I don't know. I don't know why that's such a strong message for me today, but it is. It's something to do with that. It's something to do with, these deep-seated wounds. But you know what? It's nobody else's job to heal those wounds. For someone who sits there and preaches that they conservatively believe in the nuclear family, to disregard women and children, that's not respecting the nuclear family. To idolize men who do stuff like that is not the nuclear family. It just isn't. It's not okay. It's a big message too for these guys. It's like, a lot of these men, it's like it's because the kids have been popping up a lot. And especially with that message yesterday, It's like, why? It's so important how you treat your kids and how you raise your kids and what you deem is acceptable. You know, like, I will happily be single the rest of my life than tolerate any type of disrespect from my partner. Because to tolerate any type of disrespect from my partner would teach my children, would teach my son, one, it is okay to disrespect the woman in your life. And teach my daughter it is okay to accept this disrespect. That's not okay. Disrespect is not okay. If you want to be in a partnership, it has to go both ways. And I love, it was a clip, and I guess it was during the filming of Dirty Dancing or whatever, and it was of Patrick Swayze, and he was talking about dancing. And he was like, the objective of the man in dance is to try to make your partner, the female, look as amazing as possible, as graceful as possible, as beautiful as possible. And that's just it. You know, I love, it was one of Rich's favorite sayings. It's like, it doesn't take two to tango. It takes two people who know how to tango. Because if one person doesn't know how to tango, you're going to embarrass both people on the dance floor. So for these men that are out there that are like, I want respect, I want my woman to have my back, I want her to da-da-da-da-da, not broadcast our problems, this, that, and the other. Don't give her problems to broadcast. If you treat her good, she won't have nothing to complain about. Like, I don't understand what's so hard about that. You don't want a woman to embarrass you by being promiscuous, but then you're going to take her out and hit on other women in front of her face. You're going to be out there cheating and then bring her someplace where she's got to deal with these other women that you've cheated on her with. You're going to have her competing against side hoes. You don't want that treatment, but it's okay for women to have that treatment. Do you see the difference in the double standards here? Do you all see it, right? Like, I'm not crazy in this, right? If you want a healthy relationship, you need to heal whatever the fuck is wrong with you that has you destroying your relationships. If they're not working, you can't just blame the other person. One, you chose them and they embarrassed you. You need to find what's in you that is resonating with these people that are embarrassing you. Look, I ain't that, my first husband cheated on me and hit me. It took me a decade to finally realize that he was never going to step up and he's always going to be embarrassing me. Right? My second husband, I'll say to this day, probably the happiest 5 years of my life were the first 5 years of that marriage. But then he started to embarrass me. And it was, and I'm not saying this to be fat shamey or anything else like that, but when your partner is sitting there crying because you are killing yourself with something, be it food, for my second husband, it was food. Be it food, drugs, or anything else, it is not fair to dump your unhealed burdens and your addictions on your partner. It's just not. It's okay for them to say they don't want to watch it, they don't want to tolerate it. Right? You and your partner should constantly be elevating yourselves. Another thing I'm going to get into is it was one person I went on a date with, right? And one of the things that really turned me off to this guy, and one of the reasons that really bothered me, was he kept saying, your grandmother married too young. The stories of your grandmother married too young, your grandmother married too young, your grandmother married too young. My grandmother hit the motherfucking jackpot with my grandfather. I'll say it again. My grandmother, I love her to death. She is a very strong, very smart, well put together woman. She's a bitch. And she hit the fucking jackpot with my grandfather. My grandmother almost didn't get married to my grandfather because he had to cut his hair for the military. When my grandfather had a heart attack in his 40s and my grandmother put him on a diet, she said, I will not sleep in the same bed with you if you do not stick to this diet and you do not do what the doctors told you to do. You know what my grandfather did? To this day, he is portion control. He takes every vitamin, every pill. He takes anything my grandmother tells him to do. And he is 85 years old, and he is healthier than most 40-year-old men I know. He worked 3 jobs to support his children. 3 jobs. Moved from New York City out to Long Island and bought a fucking house before he landed his job that actually really elevated them. He handed every paycheck over to my grandmother, who, the Scorpio she is, seriously budgeted people. He walked an extra mile to the train station every morning to go to the city for work to save 15 cents on her budget for a bus transfer. She hit the fucking jackpot with him. And she pushed him and he pushed her. And they are 85 years old and healthier than most of the people that I know. I give a huge shout out to my grandfather. He is the gold standard for men. My second husband always said, no one will ever live up to the accolades of your grandfather. And that's my problem with men. Is what? I will not tolerate less than that. My grandfather lives for my grandmother. My grandfather just went and got a pacemaker put in again. And I was scared for about half a second, but I know my grandfather knows the one thing he cannot do is leave my grandmother here alone. He is dead set to outlive that woman so that she will never be alone. She has massive, massive anxiety, and anything that she gets anxious about, he will fix. He don't play. And that's how their marriage has lasted as long as it has. What, they're 85? They got married when they were 18? There's never been any infidelity. There's never been any separations. They lived the life because they kept elevating. And every time they hit a point, and I mean, they hit their points. When my grandmother's biggest issue was when my grandfather first retired. She couldn't stand him being home. And they had to work through that. He picked up a lot of hobbies, but you know what I'm saying? It's a different level. All right, let's get into this reading. Mercury, there's a lot of messages going on today. We got Scorpio. Oh, no, it's not Scorpio. There's a Virgo. All right, so we got meticulous energy. We got detailed energy going on here. And we got 12. For me, that is, that'd be the Queen energy, right? I like to say the Knight energy because in the tarot we got pages, so it's between the Knights and the Queen's energy, right? You want to balance out the masculine and feminine of that. Taking charge and being composed. Someone is taking charge and being composed here. We got someone who's making waves. Something that's coming out into the sun. We got a feminine and we got harvest, right? Someone is making waves. Someone is... I like the sun because the sun isn't just things coming out into the light. It's coming into the light for yourself, right? It's coming out into the sunshine after a period of darkness. This is definitely for some feminines here. And this is harvest that we got going on. All right. I hope I didn't lose too many of y'all with that little rant. Harvest going on. All right, so I definitely was picking up some past life energies here. What the hell? All right, I'm not crazy. We got an old reading that's still the other way up. All right. What the hell? What's going on here? There we go. We good. There we go. Alright, so I definitely got some strong past life reading. I get that somebody might be carrying some past life trauma here for sure. There's definitely a huge change, and this is what I'm talking about. There's a huge shift, a huge rift, a huge thing that's happening right now. There's kind of the downfall of this, this hyperbolic, independent woman that can treat men like crap and like you don't have to bring anything to the table but looking good. That's going out the window. These men that treat women like there's nothing but trophies, that's going back out the window, right? It's gotten so crazy that, yeah, things are getting ready to shift, right? And there's definitely some traumas from past life energy coming through here. We got Egypt coming out. Trauma from past life energies coming through here. We got vows. Knights. There we go. There's the knighthood, wisdom, Native American, angels, medicine woman, or medicine man. There's definitely some old knowledge here. I like the knighthood card, right? This is strong morals, strong beliefs, strong, honor codes here, right? Being knightly. I love Patrick Stewart. I forget what TV show he was on. And they were showing bloopers from Star Trek. And he was like, please don't let the queen see those. Those are from before I was knighted. And they're like, that's serious? He goes, that's very, very serious. He goes, you have to, when you've been knighted, you have to compose yourself in a certain way, or they will take your knighthood away. You cannot embarrass the crown that knighted you, right? You have to hold a gold standard to yourself and to your morals and to your life, right? So we got Egypt here, and we got Native American. I've got very traditional living, right? I got some rural type of living here. There could be definitely some alignment to the stars here when it comes to the Egypt card. There's definitely a lot of ancient knowledge with the medicine woman and the vows here and the knighthood, right? And I got that healing energy, right? It's a knowledge and a wisdom, right? That healing energy, you can't manifest it if you're not working on healing yourself as well. If you don't realize that you have anything to heal. This is divinely guided by angels. When you get the angel card, that means that your life has been guided and directed by angels for generations, right? Generational. They've been following you for many, many lifetimes, right? I got childhood innocence and fairies. I got you may have been very much, you might have been into Egyptology when you were little. And Native Americans and things like that. There's something about childhood innocence and wonder and how you were able to tap into magic as a child. And it's something about the intrinsic knowledge as a young child, right? You're innocent. You're not jaded, right? When you're little. Even little boys, like, I was at the dentist one time, and I even said, I thought it was so cool that this woman allowed her child, when they're done with the dentist, the place I went to was like a big pirate ship thing, so the kids could pick something out of this treasure chest, and she let her little 4 or 5-year-old son pick out of the treasure chest, and he picked a mermaid with a yellow tail. And she didn't snatch the mermaid away or tell him no, he couldn't have the mermaid because he was a boy or anything else like that. And it was because this kid is so sweet and so innocent, and he was so in love with it. You could tell. He opened it up and he brushed her hair back and he went, wow. And then he held the doll's little arm and pretended that he was swimming with a mermaid, right? And it's just because he's so innocent and so sweet, and these kids are so genuine. It has nothing to do with seduction or sex or anything else like that. Kids are in love with the idea of being in love. That's why children love fairy tales, right? Because fairy tales have happily ever after. You get your partner at the end of the story, right? And you live happily ever after in love. And to little kids, being in love is nothing but cuddling and holding hands and maybe peck kissing, right? That's all they know of it. Because that's what love is. Love is not sex. Does that make any sense to anybody here? Do you guys get where I'm going at this? About how jaded we all are? I got Fated to Suffer, right? I love the Fated to Suffer card because the Fated to Suffer card is essentially the evil stepmother was casting her projections, her pain onto Snow White. The only person who was fated to suffer was the queen, because she was the only one suffering with old age, suffering with getting old. She just didn't like not being the fairest in the land anymore, and that came out a little bit in that message yesterday too, right? She just didn't like that she wasn't the fairest in the land anymore, and that somebody else would be prettier than her. And in her quest to destroy Snow White, an innocent child, she destroyed herself. She made herself look uglier, older, wicked. Today for tomorrow. Somebody has been dealing with a lot of abuse And they keep promising self that, and I got sacrificing today's for tomorrow. It is okay to deal with this abuse today. It's okay to tolerate this abuse today because tomorrow will be better. No. I get somebody who's may have made a lot of sacrifices. Can you guys see? It's only going to be a couple more weeks like this, guys. My apartment's getting its carpets and walls painted and everything else like that. And then I'll be in my room again. And I got downcasted pride. I like how she's a knight too. This knight energy. Yeah. Alright, let's get into the reading. Somebody's pride has been hurt, or somebody's pride has been wounded here. There's definitely been a sacrifice. I get that somebody's had to make some major shifts based on like a strong moral code, a strong honor code, a strong, you know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, it was just that simple. It was just that simple. I get like, yeah, sacrifice. I'll have to sacrifice what I have to sacrifice in order to stand on my morals, right? Get somebody who didn't want to trade today for tomorrow anymore, or somebody who sacrificed too many todays and didn't get paid back their tomorrow. For my will is as strong as yours and my kingdom's as great. You have no power over me. Right? I got the knight here, and I got a female knight and I got the male knight, right? For my will is as strong as yours and my kingdom as great. You have no power over me. Stop getting the messages mixed up with the messenger. What is it you want? What do you want? Haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? Oh no, you pooped your shoe. That means you stepped in shit. That means you purposely stepped in crap. When I say, oh no, you pooped your shoe, that means you knew there was shit everywhere and you didn't watch your step and then you just stepped in it, right? God said he can get me out of this one. He's pretty sure you're fucked. Love that. That's from Braveheart. Don't ever put me in a situation where I have to show you how heartless I can be. You lean against me and I'll lean right back against you, and that way neither one of us has to sleep with our heads in the mud. Don't get distracted. See, I got a shift here. This is one of my favorites. Men need to be loved and women need to be wanted. Everything is one. Our love is like the wind. I can't see it, but I can feel it. So I'm definitely picking up the twin flame energy here. Right? And when twin flames initially come together, it's usually one or the other, or both have a massive ego problem. Both think that their shit don't stink. Both think that they're the ones setting the boundaries and setting what a relationship should be. And like I said at the beginning, if you're embarrassing each other, that's not cool. You lean against me, I'll lean against you. And when it comes down to this, men need to be loved and women need to be wanted. Yeah, you need to make sure that your woman feels wanted. If you want to feel respected, you better make sure she feels wanted. Because if your woman doesn't feel wanted by you, if you're embarrassing her constantly by entertaining other females, yeah, she's going to cheat on you. She's going to cheat on you or she's going to leave you. No one wants to deal with that. And any woman who does, yeah, you don't respect them. It's so sad. It really is so sad. All right, we got the moon, we got the whip, we got the ship, and we got the child here. I know this is a bit all over message. This is not going to get a whole lot of likes or anything, but you guys are going to just have to ride with me here. All right, so the moon card is Cinderella has been seen more than once, right? So it's definitely picking up this twin flame energy where a twin has seen his divine counterpart or someone that he is deeply connected with. The obsession has probably started. You might have tried to play games with her and that's why she suddenly disappeared, right? Left you with nothing but a shoe. We got the whip, which has got the Jack of Wands on it, so I'm going to go ahead and read this whip here. Anger, conflict, and self-punishment. In the story of the Magic Trooper, a younger brother makes his elder brother angry by stowing away on a ship he is left behind on a foreign shore as his punishment. And in his journey to find his brother, the younger boy finds 3 men arguing fiercely over magical items, a turban, a whip, and a carpet. He tricks them so that he can steal these items and then uses them to return to his brother. The whip reminds you that we sometimes let anger drive us. Rage is at the heart of this issue when this card shows up. Has someone made you lose your temper? Are you punishing yourself for something you did? Watch out for conflict in your world that is fueled by fury. The card near the whip can show you what feeds this anger, whether you wield the whip or use it against you. This card puts turmoil in its wake. Let the whip be a warning to you, right? Wow. So he stowed away, and then there's the ship card that we were talking about, commerce and things like that. Commerce and good fortune. So it's kind of I get a kind of thing. Yeah, Cinderella left you alone on a foreign shore, huh? Left you alone, fueled from... She probably left because she was furious. That's what I'm getting here, right? So somebody's working on letting their ship coming in. Somebody's gone onto an adventure. Let's get this child card here. I got the 13. Child, children, and something new. The child is generally a positive card. Hansel and Gretel saves his sister twice from their... In the child card, in the Grimm Brothers' tale, Hansel and Gretel, Hansel saves his sister twice from their mother's treachery, but Gretel is the one who saves Hansel from the witch. She learns something new while on her adventures with her brother. When the child card shows up, look for something new coming into your life. It could be a child, if other cards are indicating of fertility. The child, especially if yesterday's reading resonated with you. The child prediction may also meet a person who likes to be in charge of things. Like that toddler we've all met. A child can be a bit bossy at times. Let the child also advise you on ways to bring more a childlike mindset. We got children card here. Childlike mindset to a problem. Sometimes you need to look at an issue with a fresh pair of eyes. Funny, I shared the lyrics to Fresh Eyes yesterday. I got these fresh eyes. Never seen you before. Where'd my music go anywhere? Ugh. I can't listen to Jelly Roll. I don't know why. I like the one song. But, what is that, long-haired son of a sinner? I'm going to go with this Sun and Moon Tarot today. Let's see what we can get in here. Definitely got children. We got a childlike mindset. Like I said, I mean, it's the innocence of children. They're not perverted. They're not... God, love is so innocent when it comes to little kids. I mean, like I used to love doing Boy Scouts. They were such little gentlemen. You know, they were so fucking sweet when they're little. Little boys are the sweetest creatures on the planet. They really are. I mean, don't get me wrong. Little girls are cute and everything, and they're fun to dress up and all that other stuff, but there is nothing more adorable and precious on this planet than a little boy trying to act like a gentleman. Right? Opening doors. I love it when a little 10-year-old runs up in front of his mom to open a door for her. Or if she drops something, he runs to pick it up. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so freaking sweet. And it's like, dude, you knew what to do when you were a kid. What got twisted? Your toxic ass parents made you twisted? So, rite of passage. I got Prince of Wands reversed, Strength reversed. Yeah, this person's in a toxic energy. This is a rite of passage this person has gone through. Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups. This Queen of Cups shows up. Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups. I King of Wands reversed. Justice. Nine of Wands reversed. Change. Disappointment. Yeah. A masculine acted in a toxic energy. They acted like a reverse Prince of Wands. Then they acted like a reverse King of Wands, right? And then justice got served. And all their strength got drained for this, right? Because the universe was trying to show you that you needed to change, right? No one likes being thinking about being in a third party situation, right? This Queen of Cups here, 10 of Cups. What? She's like, what? I want the happily ever after. I don't want nothing from you. That's it. What? No. 10 of Cups or nothing. 10 of Cups or I'd rather be the fuck alone. Point blank, period, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are never going to get a divine feminine playing in this fucking type of energy, for sure. For sure. No one wants to deal with a toxic ass dirty D. Yeah, no. Embarrassing me? No. Taking me places and these chicks are giggling in my face. Oh, what's your relationship with that person? Oh, we're just friends. Let me laugh in this girl's face because I know he's trying to get you next. No one wants to deal with that. You know, these men tell me they don't want to be, so it's like, bitch, but rebirthed into her Empress energy, right? There's a lot of disappointments in this situation for sure. A lot of disappointments. 9 of Pentacles, it did not manifest. Ace of Pentacles, yeah, this caused a lot of change. Balance and justice, right? Yeah, balance and justice. Judgment here. So we got judgment and justice has come out. Yeah. I get this person like, yeah, they're like, no, they didn't put any more energy. They were disappointed by this energy. They didn't want to put any more energy into it. They went ahead and started planting seeds in a new direction. Found balance on their own. The Temperance card there. Found balance on their own. Decided to place judgment where judgments are, deserved. Like, the Judgment card for me, especially like in this deck, the way the trumpet is blowing down. And it's like giving praise to those who deserve praise. Be like, what? I'm not going to focus on the negative anymore, right? Okay, I'll use these as bad examples, but then I'll use good examples. Like my grandfather, I'd rather focus on that. That's what I want. I'd rather focus on what I want than sit here and focus on what I don't want. No, I don't want a man like Andrew fucking Tate. I would rather die than deal with someone who's in like that toxic ass incel manosphere. That shit is such a joke. It's like, they sit there and make fun of feminists and they don't understand that they sound just as dumb as those bitches do. Those ones who think that they can just get away with looking good and doing whatever they want. It's not how it works. Right? So this Empress has decided to face her judgment on those who deserve it here. 5 of Pentacles, someone has been left out in the cold. I got 2 of Wands, Ace of Wands reversed. I get someone's fire got snuffed out. 3 of Cups reversed. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles works. What? Yeah, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to do some serious inner work, some serious healing here. The Magician reversed. This is all coming out on the masculine side, too. For the feminine side, what? Virtue! What? I don't know. Have some moral backbones. Oh, Queen of Wands reversed. What about this Queen of Wands reversed? Oh, hell. She's getting in her car. Where, baby? Where? It sounded like I'm gone. gone for good, and there's good and gone. There's gone with the long before it. Little more clear. Gone for the day and gone for the night and gone for the rest of my goddamn life. The Drisky night or just a nipple beers. What kind of gone are we talking about here? Queen of Swords. She's mad. She's focused on working on her own thing. Ten of Swords, yeah, she is in a bit of victim mode, but she's like, what? I guess she's kind of accepting defeat at this point. I got failure reversed. So I get the kind of thing, it's like, what? She's like, it's just not going to work with this person. I feel like I'm really strongly picking up on a masculine who's just been dusted by somebody, and this person's like, no. Yeah, he's like, yeah, now he's King of Cups. King of Cups, Nine of Swords. What? I don't want to be left. I don't want to be out in the cold. I don't want to. Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. All right. What's he going to do? I can't make it up. The Lovers. This person realizes what? They met their match. They're like, what? You couldn't manipulate them. You couldn't trick them. You couldn't get them to do what you wanted to do. I get it. You insulted a divine feminine. Whatever energy you were in, you insulted her bad. You weren't clear. You didn't say what you wanted. You played games. You were manipulative. High Priestess was not going to take it. Bitch said what she was going to say. And it's like what? It's like what? No, I recognize that we got a strong connection. This is what I'm picking up. I recognize that we got a strong connection. I recognize that we have twin flame possibility. I recognize that we can have this, that, and the other thing. I understand that we could have a fairy tale happy ending. But you messed it up. You messed it up. You screwed it up. The masculine in this situation, whoever was in their ego and playing fucking games, messed this up. Okay? Yeah, the energy was intense, and the energy could have been used for positive aspects. It could have elevated both of your lives. Like I said, I get moving on up. You could have moved from the city out to the suburbs, but no. Somebody wanted to play games. Somebody wanted to be manipulative. Somebody wanted to try and sit there and embarrass the other person, and it didn't work. All right, well, that's the problem. What can they do about it? What can they do about it? I get that the divine feminine, right, with the way this is looking, the divine feminine is out there shining on her own. It's like, honey bunny, you just keep worrying about you. You keep working on you. You keep putting your own stars in the sky. I got the sun's kind of reversed here. But I get that it's reversed because there's a couple on the card and it's like reverse. And it's like the stars shine brighter in the darkness here. And for the masculine, I got Prince of Swords and Power. This person is trying to figure out their words. They're working really hard to manifest the right words. They feel like they're scared to say the wrong thing now. Ace of Swords. They're scared to say the wrong thing now. They want to make sure when they say the right thing, it's going to be the right thing. Nine of Cups, Princess of Cups. It's like, there was some interference in the guidance here. Somebody interfered. Somebody pulled some strings. Somebody caused some manipulative energy. I get that, like, somebody tried to test the other person. I don't get that, like, the masculine may not have been. Yeah. Someone put some distance with the Eight of Wands here. Four of Swords. Wants a truce. I get the energy that someone definitely had some toxic connections. Whatever their issue was, I get that they probably actually genuinely, at the core of their being, they are more of a traditionalist, right? They're more of, that happy nuclear family. I get that they're really way more about that. They may not have presented that way. They didn't present that way because they had a lot of toxic influences. I get that something they said to, something the masculine said to the feminine was like a test to see how she would respond. And they messed up because in testing the other person to see how they would respond, the other person was like, oh, you're like that? That's what you like. That's what you're about. Like friends with benefits or something like that. Or when they said, that's what I'm picking up strongly too. What? Somebody came at somebody was like, friends with benefits. And the feminine probably had a fucking meltdown. She's like, nah, I met your fucking friends. Okay. Oh, so that's what you're about. That's what you're about? That's why them bitches was laughing at me because they knew I was just the next fucking lineup for you? That's why they were laughing at me. That's why she's mad. That's why she's gone. You're so fucking stupid you don't realize that bitches talk more than you guys do. We know more about... guys, I read mostly for small town America. And for real, like, y'all don't understand. These chicks know more about you than you realize. Right? Also, with all this children energy, your kids tell everybody everything. I was a den mother for Boy Scouts for 5 years. I know way more about them parents than I should know. I did childcare for several years. Any kid I babysat, oh my God, I got the deep down dirty on your house, on your family, on your other kids. I know everything about these people. I know stuff that they probably would, turn sheet white ghost. Your kid's first grade teacher, the things they know about you, oh my God. I ain't even gonna get into it, right? And it's just like, oh man, y'all are out your minds. I'm gonna get the hell on out of here. Somebody messed it up bad. Somebody messed it up. Put the energies where they resonate at. Like, if you're a masculine watching this, maybe the feminine did this. Maybe the feminine was like, let's be friends with benefits. And you were like, oh my God, you're nasty, right? But I get somebody was like embarrassed. Somebody embarrassed them. It's like, whoa, I don't know what about me makes you think that you could fucking approach me like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what about me makes you think that you can approach me like that. I don't know what about my history makes you think that you could even come at me. Like, this person was insulted by an offer. Insulted. Like, seriously insulted. Like, I can't... Like, I, had so much respect. And they're embarrassed. They're like, I had so much respect for this person. I thought this person was such a great person. I thought they were a good man. I thought they were a good father. Nah. Turns out they're a disgusting-ass, raunchy, fucking loser, incel, manosphere. This is angry energy, man. This is angry energy. Bitch, you mad? You mad? You big man, huh? Big mad. You good for you, honey. Be mad. Sometimes being mad. What? Crack that fucking whip, lady. Crack it. Bitch, what? Man, y'all out your minds out there. Out of your minds. I hope you guys enjoyed this message. If you just came here for the gossip, just give me some hearts or whatever. Give me some laughy faces. I don't care. Give me a knife. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if there's a whip emoji. Is there a whip emoji? If there is a whip emoji, give me the whip emoji. Crack that whip, bitches. Both of y'all. All of y'all, man. What? It's time to end this bullshit that's been going on. It really is. It's time to end this bullshit. It's time to get away from this hypersexualized nature of the world right now and get back to love, right? How much do I have to preach that love and abundance is different than lust and greed? Lust and greed has a shelf life, y'all. If your relationship's based on lust, you will age out of your relationship. If it's based on greed, that money will disappear because you're manifesting it through a toxic. It has a shelf life. The only thing lasting, the only thing that's going to get you to 85 with your partner is love. Let's see. Let's get a moon card for our lovely, lovely collective. We got Moon Dancer tonight. Let's see. I like you guys to be able to see the cards. Can you see it? Look how pretty that is. Moon Dancer. There we go. Keyword: celebration, gratitude, and movement. There's something magical about dancing under the light of the moon, the silvery shadows she creates. It is whimsical, enchanting, romantic, and whether you dance with a partner or by yourself, it is a form of celebration. The witches of old knew this, and modern-day covens gather outdoors for full moon celebrate the lunar goddess. Traditionally, they would dance skies clad or naked, but you don't have to prance around in your birthday suit if you don't want to. Nevertheless, the Moon Dancer card urges you to celebrate. Celebrate your life, your existence, your family, your relationship, and your career, your health. Celebrate your health, your wealth, and your happiness. Celebration is a form of gratitude, and when this card comes up, it is reminding you to celebrate every little win. Because if you fail to celebrate your small victories, the big ones might never come. And if you want to dance under the moon, you can. And the real message of this card is that you should ensure that you are marking every milestone in your life with a celebration of some kind. So pour a glass of wine or juice and take it outside and toast the moon in celebration of your latest victory, whatever it may be. I also hit on that in this reading too. It is time to celebrate the good things that are happening in your life and not focus so much on all the bad things. Okay, shit happened. Okay, that person did whatever. Okay, that person came at you sideways, may have embarrassed you, may have made you look stupid in front of a whole bunch of people, may have whatever the situation is. Then don't focus on those people anymore. Stop giving them your time. Stop giving them your energy. Stop giving them your love if they're not returning it. You know what I'm saying? Time to focus on you. Focus on your big wins. Focus on that 5 pounds you lost, right? Focus on the fact that you made it to day 30 in your yoga. Focus on your new place. Focus on your kid graduating. Focus on whatever. Focus on the good shit. Focus on the good shit and those who celebrate with you when good shit happens to you. And stop giving your love and attention to people who just don't appreciate it. For real. Just don't give it to people who don't fucking appreciate it. If someone doesn't appreciate what you bring to the table, make them watch you at somebody else's fucking table. And you know what? For some of us, it's like, you didn't notice what I brought to the table? When I left, I took the fucking table with me, asshole. Right? It's like, dude, I was the table. I was the table. I was the person who made the food and put it on the table. I was the one who did the fucking dishes. Now it's all on you. It's all on you. And you know what? I'm going to be sitting over here serving food at my table to my children, celebrating our new apartment soon. And, for the rest of y'all, blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all so much. Get out there, charge yourselves up, do something good, and celebrate those small victories today. I'll talk to y'all later, I promise.